Welcome to lesson number 2 and step number 2, which is write down your goal. This is super important. I cannot stress this enough. And the first thing we're going to tackle is why it's super important for you to write your goal down. 42% of people who write their goals down are more likely to actually achieve them. And this is a study that has been made. And it's actually the truth, because a lot of people, if you ask a lot of successful people, how did you reach your goals? A lot of them will tell you, I've actually written it down. I have a vision board. I have it, I have it in my mind, but I also write it down so I can physically see it and visualize it. So if it gives you 42% that you're more likely to achieve your goal, why not write it down? So it does two things for you. One, you're able to actually envision it and understand that, okay, this is what I want. You're able to see it on a daily basis. And the second thing is encoding, and this is something that happens internally in our head. So the deeper phenomenon that's happening here is something called encoding. And what encoding does is that it's a process that happens in your head that helps you to remember things better. So it helps your mind to understand and remember things better. And this is without getting too technical about it, okay? So number one, external storage, which is write it down on a piece of paper. It's good for you. You'll be able to see on a daily basis, and maybe even get a journal that you have specifically just for your goals. And secondly, the encoding part, which is obviously for you to remember it and visualize it on a daily basis. Put it next to your bed, maybe create a vision board, and that's something we might be talking about later. And the second thing is make it concrete. When you write your goal down, you make it something tangible, something you can actually see, something that you can envision, something that you have dreamed of, but this is something you actually want to reach. Before a goal is on a piece of paper, all it is just a dream, it's just a thought, it's something you would like to do. It's just wishful thinking. So I want you to actually write it down on a piece of paper. It could be on a journal, it could be on a document. And what I mean by this is make it concrete. What is it that you want exactly? Make it something tangible, something that you can measure and something that you can work towards. When you write your goal down, you give it a name, you give it a deadline, you give it something that you can work towards. And this is why it's very important for you to write the goal down. I cannot stress this enough. In very basic terms, it gives you something that you can measure towards and act upon, because it's written down and you know what it is. When it's concrete and specific, you're able to work towards it. And the third thing here is tap into your full potential. The question is, how can you tap into your full potential? And the way you can do that is by writing things down. Just take a journal, take a piece of pen and paper, just write down your dreams, your goals, what you aspire to be, what you would like to do, and tap into your right side of your imaginary mind. And that's how you can tap into your full potential. Perhaps write 5 minutes daily, perhaps write 1 hour on a weekly basis. Just journal. Just write, what do you want out of life, where do you see yourself, and then by looking at that, you're able to write specific goals based on your based on your dreams. So when you're able to dream and when you're able to write, and taking both of those together is you using both of your brains. So your left side and your right side. One is which you're imagining, your goals, your dreams, and what you aspire to be. And the other part is writing things down so you can visualize it, see it, and work towards it. So I want you to use both of them by doing some writing and also being specific with your writing and actually making goals out of those.